The subway is such an experience, and from the moment we got to our hotel, I was like, I don't think I could ever live in New York City. It's just so different than Texas. Welcome to my channel. My name is Becca. So today I'm going to be telling you about our not so recent trip to New York City. We went to New York in September and I'm just now getting around to making this video, but I thought, you know, a lot of us are not taking any trips anytime soon, so I thought I would kind of show you the highlights and some of the sites so you can have something beautiful to look at while you are sitting at home and maybe plan a trip for once the world kind of gets back to normal. So I'm going to show you the highlights and some of the best parts of our trip, and then kind of get into what we did day by day, give you some recommendations of what we did and what we loved, where we stayed, where we ate, and all the sights that we saw day by day. So we stayed at the Arlo, and the Arlo is 31 stories and it has an awesome rooftop bar at the top, absolutely stunning views, and it's like a really skinny building and the rooms are like little micro rooms. So we go up to the top first thing and get a drink, and it was like $18 for a Jack and Coke like this big, and I was like, we are definitely not in Texas anymore. But from there we went out to eat and just kind of walked around our area. Do exploring until day 2. Okay, so day 2 we got up super early and walked to, well, we took the subway and then walked across the Brooklyn Bridge. It was absolutely incredible. We got there super early, which I 100% recommend, because the minute we left there was like marathon runners or something, like running groups. I guess that's like really popular in the city. I just saw like groups of people like matching and running together a lot. Don't really know what that's about, but the minute we left they were like in our space, and so it was really nice to get there early. We got some really awesome pictures from that, some really great footage. From there we walked to the World Trade Center, and that was like #1 what I wanted to do when I got there. So the first time I'd ever been to New York City was in September of 2001. I went for a wedding right after 9/11. So it was really just impactful to be in this place this many years later and to see this place. Like, it was just the most beautiful thing and just heartwarming, and I stood there and I read all these names, and like it was just really touching, and it was like on my bucket list of things I wanted to do. So I was really grateful that we got to see that and be part of that. And then we walked to get food. We walked all the way to Katz's diner, and like, you have to go to this place. Like, it's famous, obviously, it's been in a bunch of movies, but like, so you grab a ticket, and if you lose your ticket you have to like pay them like 40 bucks or something, because like that is like your voucher that you paid, or so. It's confusing. But we got a sandwich. It was like the size of my face. I'll have to put a picture in here. But then you walk so much that it like, I think I burned all the calories, so it's all good. Day 3 we went to the Met. We started our day at the Met, and I am, as I've said in other videos, like I love art, and that was on my list. And like, I grew up watching Gossip Girl, and I was really excited to go to the Met. But we walked through and saw the art. I love all the art. And there's a rooftop bar there too, and it's just like, the view is just incredible. So after the Met, we walked across Central Park to the Milk Bar, and it was funny, like so many of the things I had done a lot of research on like where I wanted to eat, like all the places I wanted to go, some iconic places. I love the show Master Chef, and so I had to go to Christina Tozzi's Milk Bar, and we got like milkshakes, and that was really awesome. So I definitely recommend the Milk Bar. So later that day, we ended up going on the Staten Island Ferry, and that alone is just an experience. So you are like crammed on, and you just hope that like you get to stand on the edge and just to see this like tiny, like super far away Statue of Liberty, like so beautiful, but like it's so small. I wish I had gotten to go like on Ellis Island and like get closer and all that, but that's okay. I think the ferry was actually closed that day, so definitely look at like when things are open. So you dock, right, and you get off, and you literally, everyone was sprinting to get onto the next ferry because you have to get on so quick so that you don't have to like wait an hour to like get back to the city. It was like an adrenaline rush. You're just like, oh my god. So you get to go back around and see the tiny statue again. That was super cool. The best part about it is that it's free. I love free, and it was cool. Like, you don't really have to think, like you just get on a boat and like get to hang out. So after the ferry and the Met and the Milk Bar and walking through Central Park, we went to Washington Square Park, and it was just like so cool to see all the performers like doing their little skits, and everyone gathers around and they like give them money, and like that was really cool. I also saw a bunny on a leash, like a huge rabbit. This guy was just like walking around his rabbit in the park, and I was like, maybe this is something you only see in New York. This was really cool. Here in Austin, I've seen like cats on a leash, but like seeing a bunny on a leash, kind of cool. So then we walked to Lombardi's Pizza. So I had done a ton of research because I was like, I need to get the best New York pizza ever. So we look it up, and there's like Prince's Pizza and then Lombardi's Pizza. I was like, let's try it out. Let's go to Lombardi's. So they only take cash. It's like super old school, like kind of place. And it was really good. I wish I could have tried Prince's Pizza and then seen like which one I liked better. Maybe it's just like the Texan in me that like New York pizza is awesome, but like so is our pizza. I don't know. Okay, what are your thoughts on pizza? Like Chicago, like deep dish, New York style, or just like do you not care? Like Domino's and Pizza Hut are totally fine. Thoughts? Comment down below. Okay, so as we were wrapping up eating at Lombardi's, I looked up cheesecake because we had to get New York cheesecake. It was like on my list. I love cheesecake. My husband is like obsessed with cheesecake. We had it at our wedding. So we went around the corner to Eileen's Cheesecake Factory? I don't know. But they have these cute little cheesecake, like they're so cute. So we each got one and went back to the hotel and ate it, and like I think food-wise, that might have been the highlight of the trip. Like, so freaking good. I mean, can cheesecake really be bad? Anyway, okay, so we ended day 2 with like the absolute best part of the trip. I talked to my husband and I'm like, what was your favorite part? And he always says the dinner cruise that we went on. I guess, I don't know if you would really call it a dinner cruise, but I mean, you eat on a boat and it takes you around the Hudson River. It's called the North River Lobster Company, and it just drives you around the Hudson, and we had drinks and lobster rolls, and it was just amazing. Like, you get to see the sunset on the city, and you get to take like multiple trips around, and yeah, like the lights come on and the sky, like the skyline is just incredible, and it's just relaxing, and like it was just a really great way to start our trip. And then we ended up like walking through Times Square to get back to our hotel, and so we got to see that, and it was just like whatever. I think Times Square is kind of overrated, but I mean, we saw it, so that's cool. So yeah, that's how we ended day 2. So on the very last day, we knew we were going to be leaving in the afternoon, so we just went through Central Park and got to see some of the sights through Central Park. It is like absolutely beautiful. I mean, I guess if you're living in the city and like you don't have that much space, it's kind of nice to have this like huge park right in the middle and get to like see all of the nature. It's like fake nature, but I mean, absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Really glad we got to see that. And then we took a 2-hour Uber drive or Lyft. I can't remember if it was Lyft or Uber, but like it took us 2 hours to get back to the airport. And that was just like insane. Like I've never been in the car with a stranger for that long. It was just like a painful experience. But we made it home, and the minute I got off the plane, like Austin has like, it's like a vortex for allergies. So I get off the plane, I'm just like sneezing and like almost dying of allergies. So it was like just this wonderful escape to like cooler weather and just like some beautiful sights that I will never forget. And I'm just so glad that I got to experience that with my husband. So New York was definitely like my trip that I was like dying to take, and he was dying to go on a cruise. So we had planned a cruise for April. Obviously that's not happening, and we'll have to like reschedule for some other time. But this was definitely a trip that I will never forget, and I was just like so grateful to get to experience all of these things. So if you have recommendations for the next time I'm in New York, please let me know. I feel like we got to do so many amazing things, but I know New York has like a ton of hidden gems, and I really like to see the places that are kind of like off the map. Like I feel like I did a lot of touristy things, and now I want to like really experience the city like a New Yorker would. So definitely leave your comments down below, any recommendations for New York City. So thank you so much for joining me for this video and seeing our trip. We had a ton of fun, and I hope you had fun watching it. If you have any recommendations of what you want to see on this channel, please let me know below.